there, welcome back to my channel, Uniquely Reagan Handcrafted Cards. Today I'm going to make my craft roulette card for episode number 264. The parameters are cards for an influencer, dreamy colors, element to be craft or something for a crafter, and to have a random element that is off center. So let's get started. I have an A2 card base that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 that I've scored in a landscape position. And I have a card mat. I got this from the Boho Berry collection. This was sitting on my desk and I like all of these colors. They're very dreamy. A lot of pale pinks and blues and purples, and it's got some teal colors in it. Stamps of Life puts all of the colors that they have in their paper pad at the bottom of the collection here, of the pad, so it really helps. So I'm going to set that to the side. So I've already cut the card mat, and what I'm going to be using is the Sweet Treats stamp set and die. So I already have cut out here a couple of items. I'm also going to be using this scalloped die from the Stamps of Life to cut out a sort of window. And I'm going to use the inside piece of that to make a background for my window. And I have an old embossing folder from Cuttlebug, Cricut Cuttlebug, called Mosaic, and it kind of has a quatrefoil mosaic pattern in it. To me, it looks like maybe something that could be a wallpaper or something. So this is going to be kind of a tone-on-tone pattern. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my scene here. And so I have a piece of shiny paper here that I got out of the Your Paper Insider box that I won recently from Craft Roulette on a spin sponsor drawing. So I'm going to use a piece of paper from that collection that I have here to create the Sweet Treats display case, and I cut that out with the die that came in that set. And then I also have a bunch of the Sweet Treats already stamped and colored. And basically what I had done the last time I stamped anything from that set, I had a whole bunch of extras that I already kept in the pocket here, so that made this card a lot easier. So I just cut those items up, and I already had them colored, so that made it easy. So let's go ahead and start putting this together. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the background paper down, the layering mat. So let's get that glued down. Right there. I'm going to glue my case down. I'm going to leave this part in the middle open in case I want to tuck anything behind. And let me create my little I'm going to put my cupcakes on a stand here. So I'm going to tuck this behind just a little bit so it's almost sitting just on the shelf there. And let's glue the top of that down just a little bit. There we go. I don't know how much of this I'll use, but I wanted to have it ready just in case. Just in case. Here's my case. So there, we've got that. So these cupcakes, they're a little bit off center. Then put that on there. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do now is I want the window, this is going to be kind of a window frame, and looking through the window, I'm going to put some foam tape around the edge here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out where I want to put my window. And then I'm going to put my, I want the case to sit inside the frame. And then this piece for my wallpaper, quote wallpaper, I want it to sit inside the frame so that it looks like it's part of the background. So let me glue that down, and I'm going to have my case kind of down here towards the bottom so that it's behind the lower part of the frame here. So I think I'm going to glue this down here. I want this kind of low here. I think that will work. So I'm going to put something heavy on that. Get a couple blocks. In the meantime, I'm going to cut a piece of acetate for, I'm going to cut a piece of acetate for my window. So I'm going to round the corners of this here with my corner chomper, just so that it won't stick around the edges, stick out around the edges. Let's measure, let's check it. If I had put this down first, then it would have made a great shaker card. Let me just trim away that I've got a little bit of excess here, so I'm going to trim that away. Let me take a look here. Yeah, that looks great. So let me first So I'm going to set this off to the side so I get my, even though these are off center, I want to make sure that the case is a little bit off center here. And we're going to I'm going to put this down here. So let's see. I'm going to use my thinnest, my 1/8 inch scrapbook.com tape here and put that down on my acetate window. That way I won't have adhesive running out anywhere. And my window will be nicely adhered to the card. There we go. Now let's see. I think that I can set the couple of sweets up here at the top. Okay, so I'm just going to move those down just a little. Move those down inside the case there. There we go. Okay, that looks great. And I will save these pieces for next time, right here. I'll just put those back in the pocket where I keep my stamps, and I'll save those for next time. So I have the acetate window on my card. There's my card, and I will take one of the, I have some pieces of cardstock here that I can use for the inside of my card. I keep these handy when I use colored cardstock, then I don't have to worry about trying to find some white paper to cut those. And I have a shelf right next to me where I keep those handy. So let me get these things tossed out here. So I clean up as I go. And then let's see about what kind of sentiment in the stamp pack. In the stamp pad, there was "You make life sweeter," and then "Wishing you the sweetest birthday." Let me see what kind of stamps or things I already had stamped up in my acrylic organizer. Hugs. You've been on my mind. That might work. Hi, Sophie. I might use that one. Let's see what I've got here. Oh, this one's nice. May has a birthday this coming month. And so wishing you a day filled with love, laughter, and lots of cake. I like that one. Sending you a recipe for a brighter day. Actually, I really like this one, and it really will fit right here. Okay, I think I'm going to use that one. That will fit right there nicely, or I could put it up at the top. Or I could put it there. Let's see. I'm going to cut a piece off of here of the berry cardstock. Let me glue that down here. Could put it right there. I think that'll look great. Let me get some foam tape for the piece here. Actually, yeah, some foam tape. So, let me see.
Is it okay to turn on now?
Yeah, I'm just finishing up, so. So I've got some foam tape to lift up that part where it's hanging off of the, this scalloped edge here. I'm going to put some glue on the edge where it's sitting on the scalloped edge. There we go. Right there. There we go. Okay, we got all our parameters, I think. We've got card for an influencer. I'm going to send this to May at May Made It. Her birthday's coming up. Dreamy colors. We've got the muted, the pink, maroon color. We've got some teal. And then we have, it's crafty cakes and cupcakes. Those are crafty. And then it is off center. We've got the cupcakes off center. Our cabinet is off center this way, and then our sentiment is off center to the left. So I think we've got all our parameters. And of course, my husband's just using a compressor. So timely. All right. So there we go. Thank you for joining me at Uniquely Reagan Handcrafted Cards. I appreciate you watching my channel and giving me a like or hitting that subscribe button. I hope you come back and join me the next time I have a video. We'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.